hopefully keep me from getting pulled over. All right, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So it is a yucky day. That's why I'm not out on the river. That's why I'm here in the shop. It's going to be storms all day. We kind of got a break right now. It's a little bit cloudy, but anyways, woke up to storms. And I'm not going to go out there if it's going to rain all day. It's one thing for a pop-up storm to get me. That don't bother me a bit. Kind of enjoy it, but I'm not going to go out there and suffer through monsoons all day. But anyways, I thought I'd take this time to do a little maintenance on the trailer. So this trailer, it's been a good one. You know, it's probably, what, 32 years old now? But the wiring on it, it's getting a little worse and worse the more I use it. So what it is, these wires being that old, they're kind of dry rotted, deteriorated, and the outer jacket on the individual conductors, they're getting brittle and just coming off. And so when it does that, anytime the wire rubs up against the trailer, that's just straight ground. So that's not good. When that happens, this truck right here, it ends up tripping out the actual plug on the truck. It's got like a relay or something in there, makes it trip out when it senses a fault. So then it makes it where none of the wires on the trailer works. Then you got to reset it, and sometimes it comes back on, sometimes it don't. The reason being is because the ground's on the trailer, but that ain't no big deal. That's something that's easy to fix. You just got to take the time to do it, and it's hard to take time doing it when you're actually out on the river catfishing. But we're going to take our time and get that done today. I had a wiring harness, well, I say a trailer wiring kit, let me say that I thought was going to work, but it was like 16 foot long. And this trailer, really, time you go from the truck all the way to the back, it needs to be about 24, 25 foot. So anyways, I went down to the local Harbor Freight, got a 25 foot wiring harness. Hopefully that'll be long enough. I don't know why it won't, but we're going to get that put on. So the hard part about this thing, these old Shoreland'r trailers right here, y'all probably seen these before. They're pretty solid trailers, believe it or not. Only downfall to this one is it's a roller trailer, and that's just going to take some time for me getting used to it. And it's still something new every day. But anyways, the wiring on these trailers, so it'll actually come from the four-way right here. It'll jump down to in the trailer. Got a rubber grommet. And then it goes from there, see if y'all can see this, goes from there and it splits off, comes out of this tube and goes in them grommets and runs all the way down the trailer to the marker lights, which you can kind of see right there. And then it goes from the marker lights, it's got one on the front and the back of the fenders, front, back, then it goes back here to the brake lights, right? Well, bad thing is they run through the trailer. So that's going to be hard to pull back through. It wouldn't be hard if it was just going back straight to the tail lights, because it'd just be a straight pull, you know, just tie a string on and pull it out and pull the string with it. But with it jumping out of the trailer to each of these marker lights, that's going to make it hard. So I'm not going to do it like that. I think this right here, this would be the easiest way to do it. And make it where it's not just super gaudy, super hanging down, just easy to get caught on something. So I ended up getting on Amazon, and I found these right here. They are magnetic zip tie wire holders. They're pretty big. It's probably like 1.25 inches diameter. And these things actually got magnets in them back here. And I'm going to stick them on the inside of the trailer frame right here and just run my wires in it, pull it tight and zip tight to it. So I'm going to show y'all how strong these things are. Let's see here did y'all hear that? It's pretty solid. So anyways, I'm going to put them up and down through here. They'll be on the inside of the trailer. I actually bought this kit from Amazon. It wasn't that high. I don't really remember exactly how many of them it is. We can count real quick. Let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it's 20 of them. And some zip ties, some little small black zip ties. I think I gave $30 or $35 on it. And that's going to be a lot better than going through the hassle of trying to pull the wires back through that rectangular tubing. And then I got to worry about them getting scuffed up and grounded, you know, getting scuffed up where they'll ground while they're in there. But anyways, that's what we're going to do. I want to show y'all kind of how I do this. And hopefully they'll work better. They can't work no worse, that's for sure. But anyways, stick around. Let's get this done. I'll kind of show y'all how I'm doing it, kind of step by step. I know this ain't fishing videos, but this is something that all of us deal with if you got a boat. So anyways, appreciate y'all watching, and let's get this thing done. All right, well, let's get this this wire loom off this wire and start pulling it off. I put that on there that way it wouldn't drag its bag going down the road. So anyways, I'm going to end up cutting this off in case I ever have to reuse it again. I like to keep that kind of stuff here around the house. Anyways, that's the ground to the trailer right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Cut these off too, just the same. All right, so now we got that. I'm going to put that on the shelf for a little rainy day if I ever need it. It's just a four-way that goes into the trailer, but pretty good shape. We can still use it. I'll go ahead and cut my zip tie right there that I got holding my wire loom on. That's just some old wire loom I have from back when I used to mess with Jeeps a good bit. But anyways, so now we got to get that wire from wire that goes from right there to the front. I'm going to take this off right here. Then I'm going to get some string and tape it to it. That way I can pull the string through. That way I can get the wire pulled back through there real easy. That won't take but a second though. So let me get some string and get some tape. All right, so at first I tried pulling from that side, and there's obviously something in here. It must have to do with them surge brakes that wasn't wanting to pull through from that side. So I'm gonna cut them butt splices off, put my string on this side, and try pulling it from over here. You ought to be able to see it better from right here anyways. You know, just a little half hitch. Do that, just kind of spin it over. Hook it. Sometimes you can do 3 of them depending on how big the wire is and how far you got to pull. This works for anything, folks. You can do big cable, you can do small cable, you can do stuff in a wall in a house, automotive, industrial. Tying string or pull rope on like that, mule tape, works for everything. All right. Got that done. Put a little tail back on that way you can see to pull it off. Now I can get it pulled from this way a little bit better. Can't be no worse. These grommets. All right, y'all see that hassle I'm having with these grommets and everything? Just imagine if I was having to do this through the whole trailer, it'd just be that much harder. All right, there we go. Easier through this side, hopefully. You see, they actually got that wrapped around that brake line. Going through there, y'all want to see that. All right, do this and get it cut. Cut that string off. Go ahead and cut that wire in a couple places. Got that out. Heck, what a mess. Okay, there you go. You can see that now. I got my pull string, that way I can pull my trailer wiring through there. So we're gonna go ahead and probably get them magnets on the trailer right now. Get a homemade creeper and roll up under here and throw some of them on. May go ahead and cut the other wires too. We'll just have to see. Kind of touch and go on how we're doing this. I don't have a real solid plan. Main plan is just getting it fixed today. Hopefully y'all can see this right here. See the marker lamps, I'm just cutting them. Brown wire is going to be your be power going to it. White's gonna be your ground. So anyways, gonna go ahead and get all them cut. May go ahead and strip them off too. Anyways, we making progress. All right, so maybe y'all can see right here. Try to get a light. Maybe it'll work out. Anyways, you can kind of see right here how they got the wires running down the length of the trailer on these. Going back there, I'm getting rid of all that. We're just gonna cut these marker light cables off enough right here to where they can wrap up and hit them where a magnet's gonna go. That way I can kind of butt splice them together right there. We ain't building rocket ships today, folks. We're just trying to get this get this thing working. Set that flashlight down. You can probably see better like that instead of when I got it mounted to my chest. All right, so that'll just go right here. I'm telling you, folks, it's going to be about as easy a way as you can do this. Let's go down and get the other one now. All right, so I'm on the back side right here. Be the back passenger side of the truck. Anyways, gonna go ahead and cut them off. They'll reach right there. Now I got these wires that are coming out of the trailer. You see right there? You got the brake lines coming out of the same hole, same grommet with the brake lights. That was going to be about impossible to run. So just another reason I'm glad I'm doing these with magnets. That would be tough right there. We're going to go ahead and cut them off. They're going to be fine like that. They're just getting retired in place. So anyways, there's that. We're going to wad this stuff up, throw it in the floor, that way I can pick it up later. But let's move on to unhooking the tail lights. Then we're going to have them ready to run. This ain't going to take maybe an hour or two at the most. All right, well, let's get these brake lights taken off. These things right here, they're actually 7/16 studs on here. I can't hardly see them. Well, I think. There we go. Took it a second for me to get it on there. I just put these brake lights on here maybe 3 weeks ago, but that ain't no big deal. You can see the wires coming through the trailer right here. I'm gonna grab my cutters real quick. All right, got my cutters. I'm gonna cut these things off right here at that butt splice. Well, I got enough wire to use. Look right here. That's gonna be about impossible to pull that through. See if they'll come through. There we go. Man, what a mess. Said I was gonna retire it in place, but looks like we ain't. Right there, that's grounding. There we go, folks. A little bit of rust coming out, not that bad. All right, there's that side. Let's go get the passenger side. So I went ahead and got these nuts loosened up on these brake lights. Now this old, you can tell this thing got dragged through a ditch one time. This old trailer's kind of busted up right here, but anyways, get this off, get these wires trimmed, lose my mounting hardware. All right, let's see here. Cut it right there where the butt splices are. That way I'm not losing just every bit of my tail. Got a wire to cut right here. Now, all this stuff should pour right through. We'll see. We definitely ain't gonna have all this extra wire this next go around. That is for sure. We'll say though, this copper is probably Probably better than the copper that's in this new wire, because ain't no telling where it came from. Look at all that. You ever seen so many butt splices and stuff? That's gonna be impossible to get back through that trailer. All right, now we're gonna put some magnets on here. I got 20 of them, so hopefully having 20 of them, I can get them spaced out about every, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet on the trailer. Let's see how it goes. All right, so I'm running this trailer, and I was about to stick magnets on here, and I got to looking, I was like, man, there's a lot of dirt and grime on here, so I'm gonna get up under here with a wet rag, wipe all this trailer off, that way the magnets stick a little bit better, and this won't take but a second. I'll get it done, and I'll show y'all me putting some magnets on here. Show y'all how far I'm spacing them. All right, let's start putting these magnets on here. Look, remember the wire goes down that way. Zip ties are vertical. The wire is parallel. May have, dang, them things are strong. They pull out of your hand. I'm doing probably about every 18, 20 inches. I may have to go back and adjust the spacing out on it and see how it works out. Okay, folks, well, I'm getting ready to put this wiring harness or this trailer harness on here, and it is different than the one that came on it, right? So what you're probably used to seeing right here is the white, which is going to be your ground, brown, which is going to be your marker lights, then yellow is going to be your port or your left side, tail lights, brake lights, brake lights, and green is going to be your right, which would be your stern. Well, it's the same thing right here, whereas before you would have to, see if I can do this a little bit better. Before you would have to split off that brown wire right there and go down each side. Well, this just has a brown and red going to the same spot in there, same pin. So they're actually splitting it off for you, so you don't have to do that. So. Got it now where just the yellow and red will run down the left side, which would be the port side, and the green and brown will go down the stern side. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pull this through the trailer. Hopefully it'll go good from here to there. Shouldn't be no problem, just tape the end up real well. But get that done and get it ran. We'll see how it works out. Okay, so, well, I got my wires together, taped up, and got my string on it. Good thing to remember whenever you're pulling cable or wire through a hole, whether it's conduit, whatever it is, always taper it down real small. The smaller you can get the start of it, where it starts the hole at, the smoother it's going to be. So let's get this pulled through real quick and get it run back there. There's a little hang up in there. I don't know what it is though. I'm sure it's probably got to do with that brake line. All right, so I got the end through. I'll go ahead and pull it off. That way I ain't got to do it a little one side a piece. Just go ahead and pull it off, have it spooled out on the ground over here. I'll divide it out after I get this done. Remember, don't pull it so far through that you ain't got enough room to get the wire actually to the hookup spot on your truck, you know. Well, jack stand handle's in the way. Folks, it's getting hot out here. I'm about to have to take a water break, but anyways, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get this cable split out going down the port and stern side. Remember right here, port right here is yellow. Port yellow, remember that. But anyways, all right, let's get this pulled down here, then I'm gonna get some water. Take a little break. I could use one. I've been working myself too hard today. Well, I fixed my water, taking a little break. I don't know if these wires are gonna reach, so I was looking while I was at Harbor Freight the other day. They got like a four-way extension that got, well, I say four-way extension. It's like a 7 to 4 with a little curly tail like old phone line for not much money at all. You know, it'll actually plug into your trailer wiring harness, so may end up buying one of them, and that should give me the length I need. But just for point of reference right here, it is about 86 degrees in the shop today. There ain't much wind going. Normally I'd have the fans on, but I'd like y'all to be able to hear me. So anyways, about to start zip tying this up under there and splicing it off that way, butt splicing it. That way it can get out here, these marker lights on the fenders. But I'll try to show y'all a little bit of that. All right, let's go ahead and get these things zip tied up under here. So it's about as simple as it gets. And these things, I didn't realize it a while ago, but they do swivel. So as long as you just get the magnet where you want it, it'll you can orient it the right direction. Anyways, go ahead and get that through there. Magnets, they come with the zip ties again, so that's not very tight. Doing it like that through both, so I'm going to end up just doing it through one side. Fortunately, we got more than enough zip ties. If not, I probably got some more around here somewhere. All right, there you go, there's one down. Take your flush cuts at that point. Do them smooth, that way somebody's up under here, you're up under here again, you don't cut your arm. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these down both sides, and we'll talk to y'all when I get that through. Okay folks, so I'm going to show y'all how I did these marker lamps. So you can see right here, you got a brown wire and a white wire coming out of them. That brown wire, that is for your tail lights, marker lights, and so anyways, I brought it out. You can see right here, and I just use these little brown splice connectors right here that come with the light kit tied into that. Then I just went ahead and grounded all my lights at the light. I didn't run them back to the main harness ground or anything. I just went ahead and did it right here. That way, it'll be pretty easy to diagnose if one goes bad. That way, just that one light will come quit working. So anyways, I did the marker lights like that, all four corners. It's about as simple as it gets. These connectors right here, they're not ideal, but they do work. I think realistically, if I have any problems out of this, I'll just do some butt splices, some heat shrink butt splices. But until that quits working, I'm going to rock and roll with that. Now I'm going to show you what I did with the brake lights and how I got that done. And you can kind of see right here how the zip tie connectors right here, the magnetic zip tie holders and wire holders, you just kind of got to make them work, with just running 2 wires through it. Just running it through that saddle wouldn't quite the right size, so just kind of make it work. But anyways, it's a pretty clean installation. So let's go check out these tail lights. Okay, so right here you can see how I wired the tail lights. Just got the wires coming from the front of the trailer to the back, and they just dead end into the light. You got your green, which is going to be your turn signal, and your brown is actually just your running lights or tail lights, you know. So anyways, got that, and again, got this single light right here grounded directly to the trailer. Everything's welded together, so you can see it's starting to crack and rust where it's been dragged through some ditches over the years. But anyways, that's how the tail lights are hooked up, and I'll show y'all how I got the harness grounded to the trailer, and show y'all how that looks. That way you kind of have an idea how to do everything yourself. Okay, so last things last, I got the ground coming from the pigtail from the truck. It's going to be this white wire, and I actually got it coming through the neck of the trailer, and I got it grounded right here. So that right there ties the tail lights and the running lights together further back on the trailer. They're all just grounded through the frame. But anyways, that's how I got that. Super simple, just a ring terminal, self-tapping screws. That seems to work pretty good in my experience. So anyways, I'm going to get up here and finish up the connector from the truck to the trailer. So y'all check it out. Okay, so this 25-foot wiring harness, it was not going to be long enough to get from the truck all the way to the back of the trailer, and then having enough sag right here on it, that way it don't get ripped out. You know, 25 foot just wasn't going to be enough, wasn't long enough. So anyways, I went down to Harbor Freight and bought the same name brand. It's Kimway. Let's see if you can see it right there. It's Kimway trailer adapter. It's from a 7-pin to a flat 4. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the length on this, see if y'all can see a little bit better. The boat kind of blocks all the light, but I'm going to get this thing hooked up and make sure I got the length right on this. I can actually feed some of this wire back into the trailer, and the reason I got electrical tape on it is just that way, just extra insulation almost, keep it from getting chafed or getting a hole rubbed in it. But we're going to get the length on this set and see how this thing works. Okay, well, I got it all hooked up. I got the 7-pin to 4-weight adapter with the spring, got it in, got everything hooked up. I put some more wire loom on it, just some fabric wire loom you get from Amazon. And I thought I had a grommet set with one end that would work, but it just wasn't the right ID compared to the OD. The ID was too big, so it wasn't wanting to fit right. But anyways, I got that, got it hooked up. I'd say it's pretty well done. Ain't no pretty well, it is done. But anyways, let's go turn on the running lights on the truck and see what's happening. Now I might do the hazard lights while I'm at it. That way make sure the tail lights are working, or excuse me, the turn signals. Anyways, let's go turn that on. Maybe it'll work. Must be bad if it don't. I have to redo everything. All right, let's see here. I'm going to take this thing, go to the running light position. We'll hit the hazard button. See what's happening now. Well, it's a good sign so far. Well, hey, at least the truck lights are working. Let's see here. All right, well, we got that running light's working. That running light's working. The tail light's working, brake light's working. You can see it's still on when it's not. So that one right there is working the same. See, the tail light is on and the turn signal. Heck yeah, that marker lamp's on and that marker lamp's on. Let's turn this thing off real quick. I'd say that's a win. Makes me happy. Maybe I won't get pulled over now. All right, well, hey, I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was an easy way to rewire a boat trailer when you don't want to wire it through the frame. Hey, it's to the point. Everything's working, can't complain. But anyways, got a big old pile of wire right here. Got to throw that in the garbage, clean the shop up, start getting ready for the week. But anyways, again, the storms, They kept me off the water today, but this stuff right here needed done. Hopefully keep me from getting pulled over for not having any tail lights. You know, running so early in the morning is probably pretty important to do. But anyways, that's that. Again, appreciate y'all watching. Tell y'all once, told y'all a million times, the channel's growing. I appreciate it. You know, y'all are obviously telling people and sharing it and all that, liking and subscribing. But if you're not, I'd appreciate it if you do it. It does help. But anyways, I think we're going to get the shop cleaned up real good. We're going to grill out tonight. I think my wife's planning on doing some baked beans and potato salad, and I'm going to throw some pork chops on the grill. Just do that and hang out with the wife and kids for a little bit. But anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Show y'all what kind of day it is right here. Little old shop cat's just kind of, yeah, he just kind of doing what he does, which ain't a whole lot. So anyways, again, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Y'all get out, do a little bit of catfishing, and we'll see y'all on the next one.